that's unrealistic, and I'm not like that. You're not my friend anymore.
Right.
Or, suck it up. Or suck it. Well, I'm Matt.
And I'm Carter.
And welcome to another episode of It's Kind of a Gray Area.
Welcome back. We're glad you showed up. Pull up a seat. Hey, use a coaster.
Let's do this. All right, so I have the shade for today.
Yes. Can't wait to hear it.
And this is something that's very, very personal to me.
Is it? It's not too personal, right?
No, but I mean, I think it's just right amount of personal.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is something that, I kind of deal with every day, and it's like a real issue for me. Telemarketers.
I didn't expect that. Okay.
I get so many calls from telemarketers. I gotta stop signing up for stuff.
Yeah, you do.
But so here's the shade. Is it okay to be rude or dismissive to a telemarketer? It's just they're really invading your time.
Yeah, they do. It is harassment a lot of the time.
It is a form of it.
It does definitely feel like harassment. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they are also another person.
Yeah.
And you should try to be nice to people.
You really should.
Yeah, that is a good shade, honestly. Because they are interrupting your life, so you feel like you do have some entitlement to your own time. But yeah, you also want to be respectful of other people. But a lot of telemarketers, they will just keep calling you endlessly. It's like setting food out for stray cats.
They're salesmen.
Yeah.
That's what they are. So if you're like, no, thank you. They're just like, well, he's not like forcefully saying no.
Yeah.
So I bet we can get him. Well, there's a sale going on right now, and it's only for this conversation.
Right. Well, I can't really do this normally, but let me check with my boss.
Let's check with my manager. Oh,
right.
He's giving me the wink. Yep, You're all good.
He's really chewing me out over it, but I stood up for you.
Would it be better or worse if they're like, I like your voice. I'm going to give you a discount. I'm like, thank you?
It would really depend on the sound of their voice, I think.
Yeah, but if they're like, I like the sound of your voice, I'm going to give you a discount. Like, I'm going to hang up now.
Yeah.
But if they're just like, hey, I like the sound of your voice, man. Like, I'm going to get you a discount. It's kind of like, you're just being a nice guy instead of just like, I think you're a nice guy.
It's all in the tone, for sure.
It's all in the tone.
But I've actually been on the other side of this, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because I used to work in sales for insurance. So, yeah, I'd make a ton of outbound calls every day. So, I've been harassed by telemarketers. And then I've also been that person who has to call like 100, 200 people a day and just dial out endlessly, knowing that half the people you talk to are just going to be super pissed that you're bothering them.
Yeah, no, we are.
Yeah. I didn't want to do it either, though.
See, I never think about it on their point of view.
Yeah.
Their perspective. I'm always just selfish, me.
There were so many times where I would call someone and they would say, hey, I'm not interested, no thank you. And you would get off the phone and then your boss is right there to say, like, oh, they didn't tell you not to call back, call them again in an hour. You're like, they clearly don't do it. And you're like, you either have to harass this person or lose your job. So it sucks being on that side of it and knowing how much everyone hates you.
Like I said, get so many freaking calls. I mean, I'm talking like 10 a day.
Yeah.
No joke.
And how do you normally handle them?
Normally, they're people's. I try to, unless I'm like really, really, really in a hurry. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I don't have time for this. I just hang up.
Right.
Typically, I don't do that. Typically, I'm like, oh no, thank you, I'm not interested. No, that's okay. Like I'll give like 2, 3 if it's just like a really nice person. Just like, oh, I'm just really trying to. Like I'll give them 3. After that, I just hang up.
Yeah.
Because listen, I've said no. I've said no a second time. I've said no a third time. I'm hanging up on you. You're the rude one now.
Yeah. Quick pro tip for everyone out there, by the way. You specifically need to say the phrase, take me off of your call list. Do not call me again. You do not have my permission to call me. Not the whole thing, but something like that.
Okay. That's like a legal thing.
Yeah, it is then illegal for them to continue to call you. And if they do continue to call you, you can file a complaint and they will have like a huge penalty against them for that, which they take very seriously.
And that's how you stick it to a telemarketer.
Yeah.
Not them personally, but like the company making them do
it.
Right.
That's how you get yourself out of that situation. I don't think it's too rude to say I'm not interested and then just hang up if you're in a rush.
Yeah.
Because they're not allowed to just say like, oh, okay, I understand. I'll call back later. Yeah, if they have to keep talking.
If they would just hang up, then I would wait that like to Mississippi, then just let them hang up. But if I know I'm going to be stuck in a 3-minute conversation saying no.
Just trying to say no.
Just hang up. And I have told telemarketers that I'm dead.
how would you currently be talking if you were dead?
I have a alias I use on a lot of stuff that I just don't care about when I sign
Right.
up for stuff. I'm like, yeah, William. And so like, hey, is William there? I'm like, he's dead.
How do they typically respond to
A
that?
lot of times they're like, oh, okay. And they'll just hang up. Or they're just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay, I didn't know.
So yeah, I mean, their options typically are just hang up on them, be really rude and aggressive, and yell at them about how they're interrupting your dinner and how do they have the nerve to do this.
Yeah.
Or yeah, you can prank them in some way. I've heard people pretend that they're like at a crime scene. You pick up the phone, you're like, yeah, Atlanta PD, do you want to explain how you're related to this person? So there are funny ways to go about it, too. I've also heard other people where they will just string them along for a really long time.
Yeah.
But that just seems like an equal waste of your own time.
That's an equal waste, and that is being rude to them. You did not tell them no. All right, and so they don't have a right to hang up then.
Yeah.
You're just wasting their time taking your frustrations from other telemarketers out on this guy who thinks like, I'm finally going to get a sale. Man, someone that didn't tell me no. And you're just like, after an hour, you're like, never mind.
Yeah, which is what they're banking on, by the way. All salespeople know that 90% of the people you talk to wish you were dead, but you're just looking for that 10%.
Yeah.
So that's why the game is played the way it is. They just have to make so many calls that eventually they find someone either overly polite who won't get off the phone, or someone who's stupid enough to buy whatever you're selling. Unless it's insurance. You need insurance. It's not like I was selling used cars or something. But yeah, so a lot of different ways to go about it. But after kind of looking at your side of it and my side of having made those calls, I'm thinking no. I don't prank them. Don't be rude. Don't be belligerent. If you have to interrupt them because they won't stop talking, that's fine. But just do like what I said. Just tell them to take you off the call list. You won't be wasting your own time, and you won't be wasting theirs. Trust me, they will be relieved that they don't have to call you again. Honestly, they don't want to talk to you either. You're not that interesting.
Most of us aren't. But we are. That's why you're here with us.
I think just go ahead and just stop the calls. Just tell them to take you off the list. Then you don't have to deal with it anymore. No one's feelings get hurt. No one feels like they're led on. Everyone can just walk away feeling a little bit better after that.
And honestly, that tells them, if you tell them that first thing, that tells them, all right, I don't have to try to convince them for the next 5 minutes to accept my call in the offer, whatever I'm trying to sell.
Right.
That tells them immediately, don't call me again, don't continue this conversation, we're done.
Yeah, because when you say, I'm not interested, they flip to page 34 and read off of what they're supposed to say after you say you're not interested.
Yeah, because there's a whole book for standard responses, right?
Exactly.
I would assume.
In like a call center, yeah, they have usually a script that they're supposed to follow. So you're not saving yourself any time, and you're just going to, raise your blood pressure screaming at a telemarketer all day when you could just stop the calls.
Yeah, I think it makes as much sense as yelling at someone that's yelling at you.
Right.
Just walk away.
Yeah.
You yelling at them is not going to like de-escalate. De-escalate?
Yeah.
De-escalate the issue.
Right.
It's just going to either escalate it or everyone's going to shut down. No one's listening to each other. And then everyone's going to get hoarse or tired and then just leave.
Exactly.
And nothing's going to be resolved. If someone's yelling and they're not going to stop, just walk away.
So yeah, I guess we have to actually go ahead and let the universe decide on this.
Oh man, we haven't gotten to that yet.
We almost just went right into the would you rather. Well, you've been on the receiving end of the calls, and I've been the one making the calls. So I think it makes sense for you to be anti-telemarketer.
Yes.
And I'll be pro-telemarketer. I hate the way that sounds. All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right. So yeah. I'm kind of relieved that the universe agrees with me on this one. Stop wasting their time and stop wasting your time. Just ask to be put on the do not call list. I feel like this is a good PSA for everyone out there. Now you know how to get out of a telemarketer chain of calls.
Yeah, this show is also very educational.
I like to think so. I like to think that people learn a few things from us here and there. All right, so yeah, now that the universe has decided, it's time for the Would You Rather.
Yeah.
All right, and I have the one for today. So,
what do you got?
Would you rather know every negative thing people think about you, or know every positive thing that people think about you?
Well, definitely some positive and negatives.
Literally.
But I would say, let's see, if you knew every positive thing, that would sound really good.
You would feel much better about yourself for sure if
Yeah.
you could hear all of the good things that people think about you.
Yeah. Unless you didn't hear much and you're just like, are they just not talking about me, or are they saying all bad stuff?
Oh man, then you would start to feel self-conscious about the lack of positive things.
But if you only heard the bad stuff everyone said about you, then you would actually know either like what stuff to improve or who your friends really are.
You can still hear positive things, but you would know all negative things.
I have selective hearing. I only hear bad stuff about me. I didn't initially think this would be like a kind of a quick decision, but I think I would go with hearing all the negative stuff. Or
Okay.
knowing all the negative stuff.
That's interesting.
Because I like to work on myself.
Right,
I
and
like
then you would
to
know.
improve, and then if other people are like, oh, he's not like this, I'm like, that's unrealistic, and I'm not like that. You're not my friend anymore.
Right.
Or, suck it up. Or suck it. So, yeah, I would choose the negative thing.
I would definitely go with the positive. I heard this advice one time that I've always liked. Other people's opinion of you is none of your business.
I actually really like that.
I do too.
Because it's not.
It's not. Like, you think, like, well, it's about me. I deserve to know. It's like, no, that's their opinion.
Yeah.
That opinion belongs to them. Knowing all the positive stuff, which that's my answer, by the way. I would want to know all the positive stuff. It'll make you feel better about yourself, and it'll make you feel closer to the people in your life. Whereas knowing all the negative stuff is going to really drive a wedge. Because it's not always going to be like, okay, that's a fair point. I should work on that. You're going to get a lot of people just venting and not saying necessarily what they actually feel. But then you'll know all of that, and you'll start to think and question yourself too much. So I would definitely go positive on that one.
Different people, different opinions.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're entitled to your wrong opinion.
I am.
All right. Well, I guess that's about all the time for today's episode.
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Mm-hmm. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Heat a teaspoon of vanilla extract to make your home smell like cookies.
Ring the notification bell.
Turn your clothes inside out so that you can wear them for an extra day and cut down on laundry.
That's gross. And never text while you're driving or drunk.
Yeah.
And as always,
IKAGA.
IKAGA.
Yep.